Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Today, I'm going to teach you Arms and the Man, written by Shah. So, I give the introduction about the author George Shah. George Bernard Shaw was born on 1856, died at 1950, born and educated in Dublin, in significant writers and thinkers of the end in this century. He was a minor civil service official. He failed as businessman and took to writing in 1871, though his early writings in the form of articles and novels did not bring him his. He fervently dedicated himself to serious study at the British Museum. He came into contact with the dramatic critic William Archer, who introduced him to plays of Ibsen. Soon he earned fame as an important writer on social and issues. Armed and the Man, written in 1894, received attention and lasted few weeks. It is significant that in Never and Candida were not performed in public for quite some time. Bernard Shaw, as he later became famous, gained some power in British theatre circles only in five. After the performances of his plays, John Bull's Other Island, Man and Superman, and Major Barbara at the Royal Court Theatre, with his characteristic gusto outlook, he came to be known as unusual and disturbing dramatist, a brilliant pamphleteer and journalist. His famous On Roads and the Lion Pygmalion were performed in 1914. The Most Indians, the film version of his Pygmalion under the title My Fair Lady with Catherine Hepburn in the lead role as Elijah as House for the characteristic way Shaw deals with English language and its satire on the English phonetics and the variety of English spoken in England. Shaw did not trust the exhaustion that was made heroes of Hoffman. This play is especially aimed at debunking and demythologizing rumors about war prevalent at the time. Shaw wanted to strip war of all its pretensions of nobility and to delineate a true account of war. This task need not be misunderstood to mean that Arms and the Man is a war play. It is rather a play that takes an contemporary attempts to glorify war. He aimed at attacking and exposing the slowness of some ideas, ideals, and values glorified war. So, and in this way, it is Shah unequivocally drives home is that aristocratic pretensions have no place in contemporary wars that simply brutalize. He has an uncanny knack in arranging his material to produce sardonic satire on various myths of nobility and glory associated with war. Today, wars are wars of nerve and not of valor on the battlefield. Bluntschli genius is in actions related to bravery and valor. Such mindset has no significance in a world where key to success in a war. In a short to win a war, what is needed is not personal prowess or genius or practicality, but sheer business-like efficiency. Armstrong the Man depicts a world where simple, free from illusions, delusions, and poetic ideas about war is far superior to the one who subscribes to the view that suggests ways of glorifying war. So the play begins with in the bedroom of Reina Petkan town in 1885. During the Serbo-Bulgarian War, the play opens Catherine Petkov and her daughter Reina have just heard that the Bulgarians have scored a tremendous victory in a cavalry charge led by Russians. Sergius Saranov, who is in the same regiment as father. Major Paul Ketkov, Reina is so impressed with the noble deeds of Fiance that she fears that she might never be able to live up his nobility. At this very moment, the maid Loka rushes in news that the serfs are being chased through the street. It is necessary to lock up the house and all of the windows. Reina promises to do so later, and Loka leaves. But as Reina is reading in bed, there is a noise at the balcony window, and a bedraggled enemy soldier with a gun appears theaters to kill her if she makes a sound. After the soldier and Reina, Luca calls from outside the door. She says that several soldiers want to search the house and invite a report that an enemy Serbian soldier was seen climbing her balcony. When Reina hears news, she runs soldier. He says that reply, but he certainly plans to kill a few Bulgarian soldiers in her bedroom before. Thus, Reina impetuously decides to aid him. The soldier invite find one, no one and leave. Reina then draws the man out from hiding and absent-mindedly sits on, but she learns that it is not loaded. It is not loaded. The soldier carries no cartridges. He explained that during bullets, he always carries chocolates into battle. Always carried chocolate battle. So furthermore, not an enemy. He is a Swiss, a professional soldier hired by Serbia. Reina gives him the last chocolate creams, which he devours, maintaining that she has indeed saved his life. Now that the Bulgarian soldiers are gone, Reina, chocolate cream soldier, climbed back down the drain pipe, but he refuses to, whereas he could climb up, not the strength to climb down. When Reina goes after her mother to a chocolate cream soldier, crawls into Reina's bed and falls instantly asleep. In fact, when they re-enter, he is sleeping so soundly that they cannot awake. Act second begins 4 months later in the garden of Metcalf's house. The middle-aged servant Nicola is lecturing Luca on the importance of having proper respect for the upper class. But Luca has to indicate to ever be a proper servant. She has a year for herself than to marry someone like Nicola, who she insists as the soul of a servant. Major Petkov arrives home from the enters and asks if he can cure it now with a kiss. Loka questions his true bravery. She wonders if he has the courage to marry a woman who socially beneath him. Even he loved the woman, such others that he would, but he now engaged to a girl so noble that all such talk is absurd. Luca then lets him know that Brunsley is his rival and that Reina will marry soldier. Sergius is incensed. He sees Brunsley and immediately challenges him to a duel. Then he retracts when Reina comes in and accuses him of clearly and bluntly. As they are arguing, Brunsley asks for Luca, who has been eavesdropping at the door. So she is brought in. Sergius apologizes to her and thus they become engaged. Brunsley asks permission to become a suitor for Reina's hand, and when he lists all suggestions which he has, and 2,200 horses, 9,600 pairs of sheets, 10,000 knives and forks, etc. Permission to the marriage is granted. This is the marry Reina, succumbing with pleasure. Reina is smiled to her cream chocolate cream soldier. So it is the outlook of the story. So the play Arms and the Man opens in a starlight winter night in the bedchamber of a Bulgarian lady in 1885, the year of the Serbo-Bulgarian War. The room is decorated and furnished with the Venice things and the Turkish Ottoman Empire furniture as per the taste of Catherine Petkov, the heroine. Reina Petkov is standing on the balcony, staring at the snowy Balkans and fascinating romantic beauty of the line. November starry night, she herself feels that her juvenility and beauty are parts of the romantic starry night. Later in the first act of significant part will be played by the box of chocolate cream sand. It becomes a symbol of type of war which George Bernard Shaw caricatures as burlesque. And then and as the play begins, Catherine is excited with a piece of news and announces that Sergius is won the victory against the Serbians and Austrians at Slivinca. Hero of the hour, the idol of the regiment who led Bulgarian forces is the same man to whom Reina is betrothed. She describes the courageous hero Sergius Saranov and how boldly he attacked Serbians by chasing them into various directions. The battle was between the two groups, Bulgarians and Russians, were fighting against the Serbs and the Austrians. Hearing the news, Reina's joy knows no bounds because Sergius is her fiancé. To express their joy, Reina and Catherine embraced each other. Embraced each other. And loves Reina adores and loves. You might not care for her. Nevertheless, she is happy now because all their romantic ideas are proved true to their ideas of patriotism and love. She thinks that they have grandiose conceptions of heroism inspired by the voluminous reading of Byron and Pushkin's. She doubted that when he went into the real battle, all his qualities and soldierly imagination may prove mere fancy. Sometimes he feels extremely sorry for her conduct, but is very happy that she has proved himself splendid and so noble as he looks. So, and when Raina prepares to sleep, all of a sudden she hears the shot at the distance and then some more shots. Later, she firing becomes non-stop and intense, and she clambers out of the bed, briskly puts the candles up. Again, she hears the shots repeatedly, and finally hears someone tampering with the shutters from the outside. She sees the shadows of a man, and is sadly alarmed. Raina cries out, "Who is there? What is that?" The unidentified man responds by warning her not to shout or run away. He threatens her that he will shoot if she shouts. He menacingly asks Reina to light the candle. She does so, and the misty is all gone. She is able to see the man of 35 in the Serbian officer's uniform. The intruder is seen in a deplorable fright covered with mud and blood and snow. Serbian artillery officer, he is of middling stature and undistinguished appearance with strong neck and shoulder, clear, quick eyes, hopelessly prosaic nose, soldierly carriage, and energetic manners. The Serbian officer bluntly, wholeheartedly offers his Reina wants to give impression that civilized people in the society, they are the only family possessing a lady. Major Petkov's family is unlikely others who would kill the man at the moment of encounter in the Serbian dress. Furthermore, they visit Bucharest every year in that, and she has been there month in Vienna. She is pretentious, and to impress the Swiss soldier, she talks about the greatness and generosity of her family. Here, Burnsley as if in air in his own father's house. Reina looks after his protection and safety just as her father is fighting against the country enemy in Stivinza. The Swiss soldier is given shelter, protection, and hospitality. The officer imps her hand, but he refuses, thanks to her unclean hands at the moment. He has his own delicacies. Reina appreciates his delicacies and says that really astonished Bulgarians stand for goodness, and also people wash their hands every day. The Swiss soldier again kisses Reina, keeping his hands behind his back. Now he wants to leave the place and asks Reina to tell her mother. When she goes out, he falls asleep. After a few seconds, she comes back, gives him a shake, and asks him to stay till her mother, Catherine Petkov, comes. Here, Shah brings out the nothing keeps awake the impending danger does. In Act 2, opens a garden of Major Petkov's house. The war ends and peace treaty has just been signed. Nicola, a realistic middle-aged servant who is very practical, is smoking and talking to Luca. The young female charming servant maid who has the complacency of the servant who seems on his rank in servitude. Nicola tells Luca to polish her manners and to be good and an honest servant at Reina Petkov's house. Nicola does not want to get named to a person who is disrespectable his superiors. He wants to open a shop in Sofia, and he thinks that the success of his business will depend on the goodwill of his employees. Moreover, he thinks that his business will be unsuccessful if his customers bad reports. A faithful servant servants Nicola and Luca know the secrets of their master and mistress. Family's secret of rain. Good servant, she should not reveal the thing. If servants keep to trust them. Moreover, such a thing would break the engagement of Rainas with Sergius. Luca is angry and furious and tells that Nicola is the soul of the servant. That is, he says, the secret of success in the service. He adds, about his experience after leaving his bedroom. In the first act, she tells him that her father and her fiancé are familiar with the affair which they have gone through her bedroom in the first act. The story has been repeatedly told, but she lets him know to help identify the people involved. Reina believes that if Sergius knew, he would challenge you and kill you in the duel. So is confident Reina. Luca is seen exposing her bruised heart. Nicola comes and castigates her between Luca and Nicola. There is some hard discussions over the duties, responsibilities, and obligation of being a servant. Luca tells him that she does not want to act as a maid servant any longer, for which Nicola answers so that he will release her from the betrothal if she does not result. Then customer of his shop who will do better than Lucia. As a Bulgarian officer appears, Nicola disappears immediately. He finds the bruise on her hand and tells her that he will cure it will be by kissing the particular spot. But Luca knows her limit and reminds him that of his place and her status. So some of the important character of the novel of the drama, Captain Bluntsley, the professional sea soldier, is the hero of the play. He is now serving in the Serbian army. He is 34 years old and has inherited a small fortune in Switzerland. Bentley is totally a realistic person who knows about the stupidity of war and can see through the preposterous romanticism of war. He trained in carrying himself on war in a highly efficient and business and aristocratic volunteers who are untrained. He appears in the play at two different stages. Firstly, as renegade archer from the battle, successful lover after the war is over. In the play, he is portrayed as an unkempt of man of middling stature and undistinguished features with strong neck and shoulder, a rounded, obstinate-looking head covered with bronze curls, clear, quick eyes, good brow and mouth, prosaic nose, soldier-like carriage, energetic manners, and with all his wits about him, he can adjust and adapt himself any kind of situation with his sense of humor and resourcefulness. At the end of the Major Petkoff's house, he appears in a well-bruised, smartly uniformed and cool demeanor. He appears in two different forms of conception. Another important character is Reina Petkoff. Reina Petkoff is one of the most resplendent, beautiful, and delightful heroines of Bernard Shaw's early plays. She is 23 but appears like a girl in 17 to her love. Belong to noble family with wealth and status. She is a lady with expressive black eyes and dignified demeanor. She portrays Reina as a romantically idealistic person in of braver in war. She is intoxicated Iran in poetry and occasional visits to opera. These 30 elevator mind, sound and so and she is intricately by Byron and Pushkin his poetry and occasional visits to the opera. These 30 elevator mind sounds and seeds of the romantic ideals in her. She is really utopian and fantastical in her notions on war and loss. Reina is fanciful and vague, but she is absolutely conscious of that her own youth and beauty are part of it. She is doubtful about Sergius' heroic actions and expresses with her mother. So well it came into my head just as he was holding me in his arms and looking. So Reina surprises explaining this. Another important character is Sergius Sarana. Sergius Sarana is a romantic, handsome officer with lustrous eyes, brilliant looks, lovable mustaches, good physique, and distinctive knowledge of war. And he is an unpractical mind. Right from the beginning, he is in love with Reina. As the play opens, he was one of the chivalric and glorious victory against Serbs and proves his youth. He is essentially a romantic person, wins the war and the sweetest art of Reina. As Marilyn O. Harper rightly observes, Sergius is dashing, swashbuckling, devastatingly handsome, idealistic, wealthy, aristocratic, brave, and acclaimed hero of recent crushing victory in a recent cavalry raid which he led. He is possessed of only the loftiest and most noble ideals concerning war, romance, and chivalry, and represents the quintessence of what a noble Bulgarian aristocrat should be. Yet Sergius is more than this. He is an aristocrat, but he is a Byronic type who has certain ideals and is likely to become thoroughly disillusioned when these ideals fail. For example, Sergius go to war filled with details, ideals, and he did lead a heroic and cavalry attack. Later, however, he discovered wars are not conducted by bravery, courage. They are more often waged and war better, efficient and practical planning are won by glorious chivalric the portal keepers. Uh, Sergius has resigned from the army quite an ambitious than normal forces. She was a Nicola, her fellow page boy. She is a shrewd girl who is optimistic, crafty. She wants to improve herself by utilizing a charm and figure could attempt to put in. That is why a sincere soldier like Sergius is seen frequently flirting with her. She has her own plans about marriage, love and life. She has the possessions of social awareness and intelligence in significant aspects. She gradually grows financially, socially, and she has the feeling of superiority and she is against any kind of discrimination. Her domineering thinking make her fix her in a high social position. She has more sense and is nowhere inferior to Mistress Reina. She strongly believes that servant maids are not born but are made given adequate possessions, money and power. Even Luca can maintain a royal dignity, aristocratic decorum. One is struck by her boldness, courage, self-confidence, and strong will. Her triumph lies in her ultimate success in winning the hand of Sergius. So this is about some of the important uh, character. Other important character is Major Petkov. Major Petkov is the inept 50-year-old father of Reina. He is a carefree, excitable, and wealthy by Bulgarian standards. Also unread, incompetent. Professionally, he has a good position after the victory won by Bulgarian over the Serbs. By birth, he is a rich man, unknown social status, although in the town he works under the orders of Russian officers. He is happy because the Bulgarians won the victory. He is a henpecked husband. He cannot reject the dictates of his wife. Domestically and professionally, he has failed. He follows his wife Catherine in evening, everything, even in his soldiering. She guides him. Catherine, a domineering a woman, calls on him to get a treaty signed. He could not get it signed by his fellow soldiers who work under these orders because they do not care of him. He expresses his inability with his wife. My dear, they did not consult me. What would I do? Here once again notice her superiority over him. She asked Petkov, you could have annexed and made Prince Alexander the Emperor of the Balkans, but so you would have done. Petkov's response. So I don't doubt, at least my dear, just in the regiment who work under the Petkov. He is always about the disaster of soldiering. He commands respect either at home or the office. So it is about the character of. So it is about the Armstrong, the man, written by George Bernard Shaw. Flowing story. I think get the benefit of my teaching. Good luck for your examination.